Hi, and welcome! This time we're talking about how to plan your content, and I am fashionably late by 8 minutes, so I apologize. I got locked out of my Twitter account. Trying to fix it. Yeah. That being said, hello everyone. If you're new here, or if you're watching this as a VOD later on, my name is Paws, and I'm trying to do a series where I talk about content creation and I try and help people out with their journey. Because I get asked a lot of questions, and with almost like 9 years of experience, I've been through a lot. I've been through successes, I've been through fails, I've witnessed successes and fails, I've helped other people out with their channel, and yeah. Hello, Cornwally. I hope you're doing good. And thank you so much for for stopping by and being here. I really appreciate it. So yeah, how to plan your content. This one I didn't really make I don't really plan anything for this. So I'm mostly winging it. But the gist of it is once you have like a piece of content, let's say a live stream. You do your live stream, you have between, I don't know, 1 hour of footage, and if you're a DJ like me, 18 hours of footage. And you have to break that down for different type of websites. So depending on what platform you want to post, you have to keep that in mind when cutting down the content. For example, if you're playing a video game and it's a story-based game, people might be interested in the VOD for that, and Twitch does not save VODs a lot, which is one of the perks of YouTube, that you have your VODs straight up on YouTube as content that people can access. But again, YouTube has its own kind of thing. So when you're like doing a YouTube stream, you have to like prepare it for search engine. So you have to have the proper title, the proper description, everything going so that people can find it off stream. And you also have to kind of plan your content around that. I think taking breaks on YouTube is kind of weird. It's like, yeah, people can skip past the break, but also like, eh. And when you're taking a VOD and cutting it, you probably should take out the breaks from the VOD if whenever possible. But you know, that's kind of like an extra thing. I think a lot of people don't actually mind skipping ahead when it comes. Oh, thank you, Cornwally. Appreciate it. And hey, Crit. And Exalian. Hi. But yeah, generally when it comes to like your content, right? We were talking about that. Your VOD. You take the VOD and you're like, what can I do with it? Well, you can put it on a VOD channel. That's the first easy thing you can do. So you can cut it into pieces, upload it in another place like YouTube, have it available for people to peruse at their own leisure, regardless of how long it's been. Now, you can also do, if you have an editor, if you have like a lot of time, or you're very good with markers, I will talk about markers in a second, you can make a highlight of the stream type of thing. Especially if you don't stream every single day for obscene amount of time, you can definitely like take the time so that you give snippets of the best moments of that stream to people to watch. It's been one of the things that people have requested of me when I was doing extremely long streams. It was like a summary or a catch up of what happened so that they can kind of like know what's happened and be up to date with things without having to go for the entire VOD because they don't have the time for that. This is sadly a bit more complicated and requires a really good thought out system for you and or your editor. So I kind of like have the idea and I dismissed it simply because I cannot afford it both time wise and like money wise with an editor. So when it comes to that, I was speaking about markers. What Twitch has to offer you is the option to do exclamation mark marker. Did I say exclamation mark? Sorry. Slash marker. You have the option, or you can have, like, if you have a stream deck, you can just customize it so it adds a marker to then. But basically what it does, it sets a flag where you can also type, I don't know, you can type cool 5 kill moment, right? And then you go into your VOD and you have those lines basically telling you where that moment is, especially because you don't have people that are clipping for you or that are taking things for you or like telling you that, oh, that's a cool moment. So you have to kind of look at your own content and go like, I think that could be cool, or that just happened and it was like a cool moment. It kind of sucks a bit because it takes away from the react. Like, for example, if you use the clip function, like clip now function that you have on your dashboard, that sucks because of the fact that you have to time your clip within 30 seconds because it takes a 30-second clip. You don't have the option to edit it. So unless you're like just taking a clip to go back into your VOD to then take another proper clip, it's a lot better to just use the marker thing. Because otherwise you're like, oh shit, I've been reacting for 25 seconds. I need to clip it right now. I need to stop my reaction. So it makes for annoying type of things. Annoying type of mentality, to put it lightly. So I've tried a lot of different features when it comes to that, and I feel like the marker feature is generally probably the best option you can do things. I haven't found a better way, but if you do have a better way, do let me know in the comments. I would appreciate that. So yeah, think about your stream while you're streaming and doing things and go like, oh, something cool happened. Let me just quickly put a marker there. And then you have your marker and you can easily go into those moments and cut them together and make a small highlight of that day or of that stream if you have the time to edit. And if you don't have the time to edit, you can just take clips that people make, or around those markers you can clip it yourself and just upload either clips or upload moments that happened within a month or whatever. You just take them together and without any editing and you smash them together. It won't be as effective, but it's still better than not using any of the content. So yeah, it's the lazy let's just do it, get started with it. I am a perfectionist, so I didn't do this for a very long time because I feel bad not delivering great quality or quality that I think is great, which often is unrealistic. And yeah, I've struggled a lot with taking my perfectionism and just shoving it in a corner where I can't see it. um so I can definitely recommend just posting things, because what's worse than having a bad product out there is not having anything at all. Like, if people don't know you exist, you can be the funniest person in the universe. They just don't know you exist, and just posting increases the odds of people finding out that you exist. Um Besides the marker, do you also look at analytics of when are the chat spikes activities and checks if those are clippable? That can be a good indicator for people, but no, I personally don't use it because my chat tends to be really bad for that. Like, any publicity is good publicity, yeah. Like, if you have like a chat that becomes very active, like in cool moments that are happening, that's nice. But for me, for example, when cool things happen, people don't tend to come out of lurk, so it doesn't really matter. And when they find things cool, they tend to not even say they find it cool because they're lurking. So if you have an audience that's primarily full of lurkers, you're not gonna have that. Analytics don't work when you don't have a lot of viewers. Like, and even even if you do have a lot of viewers, you need your viewers to be active viewers, not lurkers. Like when I played Path of Exile, even when I had 500 viewers, like watching me, people would come in and be like, why is the chat dead? Like people that don't know Path of Exile. But like, it's normal. People lurk. They play their game. They don't care. Exactly. Like analytics are very hard to like use for such things. The better way is like to find ways to like look over the clips that you're getting and stuff like that, which also depends a lot on your type of content. Because for example, when I used to using face cam, people would literally just clip me getting out of my chair or would clip me sneezing or yeah, it wouldn't be like clips of interesting things per se. It would be more like clips of booty or booba or sneeze or other things. Yeah. Oh. Like analytics help, but they don't help for this particular thing where you're trying to look at content that's worth putting out there. Also, another thing is when you're doing this for like when you're putting content out there for others to enjoy, you don't really know what other people enjoy from your content, and that is very difficult thing to do. Like you have a limit of how much you can look at your own content and analyze, like think about it. I think people would enjoy that. Generally speaking, my rule is if I'm cringing about it, that means probably there are people out there that will enjoy it. So even though it's not the type of content I enjoy, I'm just gonna put it out there because otherwise, like I feel like I would scrap 2/3 of my content at the very least. Uh, because yeah, like I don't know. Sometimes like I watch my own streams and I'm like I have no idea why people enjoy this. Like I'll be honest, I have moments when I'm like doubting myself or like just being like I don't know what to take from this piece of content that people found interesting. Or other moments people are like really entertained by what I'm doing and I'm just like, huh? 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 I'm just chilling and there's nothing happening. What? Why are people entertained? So take it with a grain of salt. Like sometimes putting things out that you think are boring might yield surprising results. So don't put things that you think people will find interesting only. Try and like put a diverse type out there because like you never know. Uh Chat interaction is not always presentable on clip if you're not set up to present that chat interaction of video. Uh, Chat interaction, you see it like you see analytics. You don't have to have your chat on the screen for it to be a thing. Like both YouTube and Twitch, for example, they have the function, and I think even TikTok has a VOD analyzer as well built in for spikes in chat and so on. But yes, um, you don't generally have like showing chat on stream is like you can make clips out of interactions with chat, and I feel like those can be interesting as well to show the fact that you're an entertaining person. So definitely having the chat on stream can result in good content because it makes it a lot easier to just like for an editor and for yourself to just take that part and slap it on top, like, but it's not necessarily needed because you can just edit in the text in a different color to symbolize the other person talking or that was saying something that made you react. they don't necessarily need the chat built in. It was just like a lot easier, I guess. But yeah, I digress. When it comes to like your VOD, right? We talked about putting it on a VOD channel, we talked about making highlights out of it. Now let's talk about clips. If you don't have people clipping for you, again, use the markers, clip your own things. Try and take at least 3 clips from every stream so that you can have a bit of backlog and a bit of variety. And those clips usually they tend to go on all social media, and there are methods of reposting your content from one to another. So from TikTok you can repost it to YouTube, you can repost it to Instagram. So you can have a primary place where you put all your clips and then funnel it into the other ones automatic with an automatic system. Like, for a lot of people recommend repurpose IO to have it automatically done for you. I couldn't get a repurpose to connect to my proper YouTube account. It would always connect to the wrong one, so that was a bit unfortunate. But I appreciate you put in hard work. I heart. Yeah, when it comes to that type of content, you have to basically edit it for people with short attention spans. You have to think about it. Am I interested? Sorry. Am I interesting in the first 30, like half a second? First half a second. Am I interesting? No. And it will probably not do very well. You have to potentially record on top, like record yourself separately and add it to the clip with an interesting punchline, or as people call it, a hook, so that you draw the attention of that person in. And then play your clip. Like, clips are very weird, or potentially cutting the clip, editing the fun part, and then like having, I don't know, let's say you just did a quad kill, right? Having the moment where you're like, quad kill, play for the first part of the clip, and then it goes and shows how it happened as a narrative, because, you know, the clip would show you just going in, shooting one person, and then shooting another, whatever, as just an example. You need to captivate someone's attention. You need to engage your audience in a very different way as if it's a live stream. So it requires a lot more editing. It requires a lot more setting it up, storytelling, being able to convey what you're saying in a format that people will watch it. Because people are bored and they're scrolling really fast. So if you take too long to get to the point, or if your clip, think of it this way, if your clip is very confusing to someone that doesn't know the game that you're playing, for example, they won't watch it. You can of course put it for the people that like the game, if you only want to attract an audience that cares about that game. But if you want people to get the message from something and the game doesn't matter that much, or you're just telling a story and the game is in the background, make it in a way that you are the main focus rather than have the game running in the background. And assume that the person that's watching has no idea who you are. Assume that the person doesn't know anything about you or your game or anything. Like, they're clueless. They're like a, I don't know, plastiline figure. And you need to basically make them turn towards you and then like interact with your content. So repurposing your clips is a bit more in depth, but definitely worth going at least through your VODs, getting free clips going, and editing those in a way that will make it interesting. You can also take those kind of snippets for Twitter, but Twitter is weird. Twitter tends to do well when memes. So if you're having like a haha funny moment, otherwise what works on Twitter is educational content or advice. So um, I have a friend, for example, she posts in every game that she plays, she basically goes, "Can you pet the X, the cat, the dog, the whatever animal is in there? Can you pet that animal?" And she basically posts a clip where, like, "Hey, you can pet it," and the reaction. And that's one way to do it. I mean, there is even a Twitter account that is literally, "Can you pet the dog or the animal?" I don't remember the exact name of the Twitter account, but you can follow that. You can follow that for your own, like, extra input there. But I suck at Twitter, so, like, yeah, I'd love to give you advice on that, but Twitter functions on circles, and I'm stuck in a circle that's not relevant to my content anymore. So technically, I should do another Twitter account. Plus, I did get locked out of my Twitter today, so yeah, I have no idea when I'm gonna get access to it, but yeah. Hopefully, this helps in planning your content. I talked about what you can do with your content, but I didn't talk about like planning it in advance, scheduling. Like, scheduling is difficult. Like, when it comes to setting up your own schedule, I did my schedule for next week already, for example. I know exactly what games I want to play, I know what times I want to play them at, and I kind of have a general idea of what I want to do. But sometimes you don't have that, and people are like, "Can I have a schedule?" You can just give them a time. Or if you can't give people times, tell them that you're streaming at certain days. However, I do recommend having a set schedule at specific times that you're streaming, or when people can expect you to stream, or within a time frame. If you don't know what your time frame is, you can change things up, do multiple streams a day, do very long streams, like do a subathon or whatever is an event where you try and discover what the best times are for you, and using analytics to kind of figure that part out. I guess I can do another video on analytics and how you can look at them. If that's something that people want, let me know in the comments. Um, but TLDR is, try and tell people that you will be there. Like, either YouTube has waiting rooms, and a lot of people use the waiting room feature on when scheduling things, and they're like, "Okay, so here's my schedule for the week. Here's the waiting room for X and Y stream." And you can just wait there, and you know exactly the time. Twitch is a bit weirder because they don't have that. There is an upcoming schedule thing that they added, and they now promote scheduling a lot more. So when you're scrolling on your follows, if you scroll enough, you will see upcoming streams, and it shows you the upcoming streams for the next people that you're following, if they have it set up. So do use the schedule on Twitch as well now, because they're trying to push that a lot more. And planning your content outside of what do you do with the content once you have it, and how do you plan it, is like, plan put what to put into your schedule. That's the hardest one for a lot of people, I feel like, and there is no right answer because it really depends on you, your community, what you like doing as well. But if you're the type of person that can't really stick to a schedule or is prone to change their mind, just don't put down that you're going to play X game. Just say, like, I'm streaming, and that's it. It's like, and be a wild card, do whatever during those days. Now, when it comes to streaming games, as I said, that's a bit more difficult, and it goes into the topic of analytics and deciding what exactly you're streaming games for. Because some people are playing video games and they're just going for the most popular titles, other people play only indie games, other people play only their one main game, other people try and dip their toes into crafty stuff. It's hard to, like, say do this, do that. It's more a case of look at analytics, look at your community, and figure things out. And this is a piece of advice that I struggle with following for myself, but don't care what your community wants. Care what you want. I know it sounds very weird and backwards, but basically don't try to please the people that are there right now, because I tried to do that. Like, I tried doing polls, I tried to involve my community in things, and generally speaking, people, they don't know what they want. Like, they have no clue what they want. And sometimes people try and do the bad thing where they're trying to guess what you would like, and they're voting based on what they think you would like, and you're trying to guess what they would like, and it ends up being like a or they're just like putting random stuff just to troll because it's haha funny, and you end up getting a lot of mixed feedback and getting a lot of vibes that don't really make any sense. And if you listen to the feedback that you're getting when it comes to what you should stream, at what times you should stream, it doesn't necessarily work out best for you. It might work best in the interest of that one community member or the two community members or five, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's in your best interest. So don't be afraid to cross your core community. Don't be afraid to like try things out. Don't be afraid to dip your toes into another game, because you might lose some people, but you can gain others. So yeah, when you're planning your content, do it what you think is the most enjoyable for you and what you think is something that people will enjoy watching you play, which boils down to have fun. Um, any questions? How do you feel about having your starting time always feel random? Is it better to be consistent and skip day if you can't do your regular, or just stream regardless? Um, I feel like that's a hard question to answer. If people, like, if you always stream at a set time and then one day you can't stream at that time, but you can stream at another time and you want to stream, you should just stream. However, that might also mean your viewership and your concurrent viewership and CCV is fudged. So yeah, you might not want to stream at that specific day, or you might want to skip because of the fact that your numbers will get skewed and you might not have the amount of people that you usually have. So if it affects your average negatively and that matters because it's your job, then don't stream, or stream on a different platform. So it's really hard to answer because it depends on the person. For me, there are games that I cannot stream, even though I want to stream them. And there are times where, even though I stream, I get really bad turn up. I get really bad amount of viewers. Like, my viewership is really bad if I stream at certain hours, because most of my audience is asleep and the rest they don't really watch Twitch at that hour. So yeah, it's like, if you want to stream just for the fun of it and you don't care about numbers, then you can stream. Mm. Alright, I don't know. If anyone else has any question, I'm here. If not, that will be it. I'm gonna give you a minute to decide while I run around and do zoomies. Yeah. Wee, 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 wee. La 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 la. Do you have more questions for me? Da 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 da. Oh, wow. I should have this as a thing. People have walk animations. I have. I have the jitters. Zoomies. Woohoo! Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. I guess it depends if you stream something like a story game and people with story and streaming something like safer. Not really. People miss the story, they miss the story. I mean, yes, it's nice to have a set time where you redo something, but well, at the end of the day, if you're not streaming, they can watch the VOD of the story. But if you can't stream at your regular time and you stream early, people can still watch the VOD for that. But yeah, it depends. We got distracted by the zoomies. Ah, nice. I'm glad that was working. All right. Well, I appreciate all of you for tuning in. I appreciate you being here, and I hope that I could shed some light on how to plan your content and what to do with your content. And if you have questions, do let me know in the comments. And yeah, if you would like, if you have different questions or you want me to cover different topics in relation to content creation, just let me know. Again, I appreciate all feedback. Thanks for watching. And before my manager over here throws a book at me, he is a book himself. He's saying I should tell you to like and subscribe. Alright. Bye.